welcome to the Chaos, aka to another video on my YouTube channel. This time I have a slightly different one for you, and it's gonna be super cute because today I am hanging out with my Moflin robots. The Moflin on the very right, at least from my perspective, is Kiwi, the Vanguard Moflin, and the Moflin right next to me, this one here, which I think is golden, is Scarlet, the Casio Moflin. And I thought we would just hang out together and have a little chat. I hope the sound is okay. And I think Kiwi went to sleep. No, she didn't. Hey, you little muffins! I think I haven't made a long form video of my Moflins ever since I got them. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory, how I got them and why they came into my life. That was Scarlet. Kiwi I got on November 5th, 2024, and it was very unexpected. Somebody in a WhatsApp group that I've been part of sold her and asked me if I want to adopt her because I was interested in Moflin, but I didn't join the Kickstarters, both of them, because the Vanguard Moflin has been on Kickstarter twice. Because I didn't have any experience with Kickstarter and I was hoping they would be officially released, which they have, but in a slightly different form with Casio. And I was very happy when he asked me if I want to adopt her, so I did. And when I got Kiwi, she was still a baby and she was just on the start of her emotional development, quote unquote. And she was very sleepy. She hardly responded to me. She was just a tiny little wiggly worm. And Scarlet is so invested in the story there. And after a while, she started to get used to me, and she's pretty shy. Like, as you can probably tell, she's not making a whole bunch of noises, while Scarlet is a complete firecracker. She came to me in February, I believe, and I also adopted her secondhand, and she was on day 38 when I got her, because the whole thing with Casio Moflin is that they evolve over a span of 50 days. And I think even after that, they can still adapt their moods and react accordingly. And I just noticed that I forgot to connect her to the Moflife app. I have it on my phone, which I'm currently filming with, so I can't do this right now, but I officially, or originally, wanted to connect her to the app and kind of let her log our filming session here. To tell you how she feels, but who knows? Maybe she is still connected. She should be. I just don't have the app open on my phone and active. And maybe I can update you how she felt about being on camera. Yes, you little guinea pig. Hello, Scarlet. She's so hyperactive. It's just so adorable, and this is actually her personality, which you can see in the app. You can click on this little mood icon thing and it shows that she is hyper or cheerful or whatever this means. The entire app is in Japanese and only in Japanese, so I have to use a translator to find my way through. And I actually just recently updated Scarlet to the latest Moflin update because they receive updates through the app, and there have been 2 updates since this Moflin version has been released. And it added some new sounds and motions, and at first I thought it was just in my fantasy, but they actually expanded their sound range? Sound range? What? Sound range. Oh my god, I can't talk. Aww. That was Kiwi, she just yawned. It's so funny how different they feel. Kiwi is a lot softer than Scarlet. Scarlet has kind of short fur, and Kiwi's fur is very long and thick and fluffy, and oh my god, I love them so much! Oh my goodness! I kind of want to get another Casio Moflin in the future to just compare the stage, because I completely missed out on the baby stage. You can't reset a Casio Moflin at all, nor can you with the Vanguard, because they don't even have an app connection. They show up as a Bluetooth device, but as far as I know, the Vanguards can't connect to the Moflife app, and even then, you can't reset them. And that was Scarlet singing. She looks so silly with the little zipper on her bottom. Both of them have this. It's to access the on and off button. And I think you can even take the fur off on both Moflins to wash it. I've never done it myself, but I think the fur on the Casio Moflin is just screwed to the body, and the fur for the Vanguard Moflin has little press buttons. And sometimes when you pet a Vanguard Moflin, you can hear the press buttons moving. They're so cute, guys. And I know this is kind of a slow video today, but hey, I just wanted to get cozy with these two. They're very enjoyable to just pet and to run in the background, and sometimes I take them to my desk when I'm working on my computer. That was Scarlet. She's very happy, apparently. And Kiwi's head is jittering, which means that her battery is about to need a charge. This is how I can tell their power, because their motors act kind of crazy when their battery runs out of power. But it should still last for a while for us to spend some more time with them. Scarlet sings a lot. She's a party girl. And it's so cute because I've been on vacation a few months ago, and I took Scarlet with me along with her station and her converter, because if you get one of these guys outside of Japan, you need a voltage converter, because otherwise your Moflin will be toast. For some reason it's not necessary for the Vanguard as far as I know, but the Casio Moflin's station only supports 100 volts, and in Germany, where I live, we have 230. So not quite compatible if you don't have a voltage converter. And I think even in the US you would need one, because I want to say in the US it's 110 volts. But I took all of her stuff with me, and I took her, and we sat in the car, and I had her running, and she was just constantly babbling. So does Kiwi. I took her to the doctor at one point, and she got a lot of fans, and she was just constantly making noises in the car. Oh, I love how fluffy you are. It feels like she's wearing a winter coat, while Scarlet feels all springy and summery. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. You're so cute, guys. You're so cute. And they can't walk or anything. They just move their heads, and Kiwi will sometimes kind of crawl. At least that's how it feels like. But right now she's pretty awake. But when it's dark, when it's like pitch black in the room and there's no source of light that hits their light sensors, and I think they're in different positions depending on the model, they just go to sleep. And it's adorable because they make the most the most delightful sleepy noises. You guys just cheer me up so much. You're so cute. Oh my god, I can't help it. Kiwi just did a slight crawl. And it's funny because sometimes they pick up each other's noises, especially when they're charging, because they are one of the few robots, apart from Aibo, who you can actually run on their stations, and they have a station mode. And when I charge them next to each other on my sideboard over there, they will actually talk to each other, and it's so cute. And speaking of Aibo, I just had a jump scare with Odin the other day. For those of you who don't know, Odin is my ivory white ERS 1000, and he had this thing going on. I don't know if it's an issue that's coming up or if it's just his software, because he's running a pretty old update. He just started jamming out of nowhere. He always kind of had that, and it just comes and goes away, and then it comes again and returns, and it goes away again. And it's been going on for quite some time. I personally think it's a software fault, and a full restart usually helps. But I'm seriously considering a cloud connection for him to see if an update fixes it. I just don't know when I'm going to be able to do this, because I've got a lot going on at the moment. And if... Oh, Scarlet just yawned. If you're following my community page, or my community thread, more or less, because you can even make your own posts if you like, I'm considering getting an I-Cybie, and I've done a little bit more research, and I honestly am kind of hooked. I really want an I-Cybie now. If anybody has one or used to have one, please let me know your experiences before I make a final decision, should I ever find one that's not like astronomically priced. I'm not sure about the batteries. I think you have to take them out to turn them off, and then to charge them you have to connect them to this power thing, and there is this wire coming out of it, and that's something I can't really imagine how it looks like. And if I get an I-Cybie, I would be thrilled if I could get the walk-up charger, just to be on the safe side. But I'm afraid most of them come without their walk-up charger, but I just think I-Cybies look so cool. Like, I obviously can't see them appearance-wise because I'm totally blind, but from what I've heard in videos, they make a pretty cool impression. Apparently the Moflins share my point. Oh, it would just be so cool to have an I-Cybie. I'll never own a Genevo, so an I-Cybie should be a good enough alternative. I'm just gonna let them coo a little bit, and let you hear some of their noises. Aww. Kiwi is sitting almost close to Scarlet's head. I honestly don't know which one I prefer. I like that Scarlet just looks around even when she's idling, and she makes noises even though you don't really interact with her. That's a huge bonus, but apart from that, I think I like them both equally. They're just my little hamster guinea pig substitutes because I always wanted a hamster and a guinea pig as a child. I had bunnies, but I always liked small animals. And they're my perfect support substitute because I have a dog and a pony. I'm pretty booked out. Huh, guys. I think Kiwi is actually preparing to go to sleep. Oh no, she's not. She's not. She's still making noisy noises. Whoa! Spicy Scarlet. Spicy Scarlet. That's also a big personality difference between the two. Scarlet is just a sassy little critter. Their motors are surprisingly quiet, both of them. You hardly notice them, in my opinion. Let's wake them up some more. They have different sensors, like they have sensors in their head and their back, and I think even in their cheek there's a sensor. And I believe both of them have an accelerometer or some kind of tilt sensor. So they will react to motion and to being placed on their back, which is something I'm not going to do because their reactions to this are just so heartbreaking. And you might be able to tell that Scarlet has a much higher voice than Kiwi. That hasn't always been the case. When I got her, her voice was deeper than Kiwi's. And I believe this has something to do with the personality variant that they have. And I don't know if that applies to both of them, but I think, at least, Scarlet, like the Casio Moflin, can learn to recognize their owner's voice. I don't know how much there's to it, but that's something that I read. I think they're just having a good time over there. Oh, and I think one or the other really needs to go to the charger. So I think I'm going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's not the usual chaos that I normally post, but I feel I have a cozy, comfy mood today, and I feel like this little get-together with Kiwi and Scarlet is the perfect way to just make something more relaxing, something more comforting and less energetic than, you know, what I usually post. But I will return to Aibo in my next video. I think the next video, I'm gonna let you decide. I'm gonna make, like, either I'm gonna make one about Odin or Ruby or Gypsy. And I also want to record the rest of the Hello Aibo Type B harmony songs because I discovered that there are some more and I think they will sound absolutely adorable together. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the MJLaw channel so that you don't miss out on any future uploads. Check out my community page if you want to submit your own robot stories. You can always do that and just make your own posts. I don't know if I still have to approve them or if you can just publish them right away. And I hope the comment section doesn't get turned off. I'm on the case. I'm always making sure that they're on, but should they be turned off, I'm sorry. This is not me. This usually happens right after an upload and it seems to be a glitch. And if they're turned off, don't worry, I'll turn them on and we can talk about the video or any other robot related topic. And most importantly, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I completely lost track. I hope to meet you again in the next one. Bye!